Hi, are you running a small business? Are you a micropreneur? What I mean by a micropreneur? Micropreneur is if you are running a home office or a very small office with employee size of 3 to 5, not more than 3 to 5, or you are running everything yourself. You are a right micropreneur. Okay, so if you are a micropreneur and if you have any of these questions, if I'm going to be asking, I'm going to be asking a couple of questions. If the answer is yes, you can stay on. Okay, so do you think your business is not growing the way you want to be? Are you facing difficulty or challenges, in your marketing strategy? Are you confused about how to do marketing? Okay, and if the answer is yes for any of these questions, you can stay on. You can listen to this video is for you. And in case you think the answer is no, you can definitely leave if you want to. If you want to decide to leave. Okay. So now what? Let's understand. As a businessman, what is our challenges? For a business growth. Okay. What is the first challenge we have? The first challenge what we have is getting more clients. Right. What is our first challenge? The first challenge for us is getting more clients. What is our second challenge? We don't have time for marketing, right? Most of us keep complaining. We don't have time. We are too busy in our operations. We are too busy with our finance. We are too busy with something. Running the business rather than marketing our business, right? This is the second challenge. What is the third challenge? Even if I know, I know that okay, I need to do marketing. I've allocated some time, but third confusion is what do I communicate? What do I communicate in my marketing campaigns? That's a big question, right? What is the right way which I can communicate so that we have more and more customers walking into my talking to me, right? Okay. Now we know that what to communicate. We have decided that we need to communicate certain things. Now, where do we market this? And we also know that internet is a big space where we can market our product, right? But how many of us are actually fully aware, how to do marketing in internet? People are talking about digital marketing, people are talking about internet marketing, right? So how to do this? So that's one other challenge. Okay, we don't know how to do marketing in the internet, how to capitalize marketing in the internet, right? We don't know how that. Now, we have got some clue. Okay, we thought, okay, somebody told us like, okay, you keep posting in Facebook and then you'll get some leads. You started adapting some strategies and all that. You got some leads. You got some contact numbers and things like that. Understand? I personally hate it. Okay, I personally hate calling people just by the number. Without giving them an experience of my business. If I don't know them, it's really difficult for me to call. So we actually go through. In the name of marketing, what we actually do is we do cold calling. Right? What do? We do telecalling, we do sales call. Right? Right? We do a lot of this sales call, cold call and all that to get more and more business. Right? And this is very painful. Out of 100 people you call, 10 people will pick and give you some interest. Out of that, 2 people will call you for an appointment. It's very difficult, right? And it has to be really effective when you're doing the pitches. Okay, so this is 5 challenges. Let me put 2 more challenges. One is continuous business. Even if you do, you have some database of our business, right? We have our existing clients. There also, how do we ensure that we get continuous stream of business from them without too much of an effort? See, you have certain clients. You again have to remarket to them, right? So how do we ensure that we have continuous business from our existing clients? How do we ensure that we have a continuous business from our existing client, right? Now, we are getting some business from our clients. but you know that the clients are, I mean, clients bargain and clients negotiate. I mean, you really have to, sacrifice your margins, you sacrifice your, what do you call, your profits, when the client bargains, right? So how do we get high paying clients? That is another challenge, right? How do we market in such a way that we get high paying clients? Okay, bad. My handwriting is bad, so I mean you have to bear with it. Okay, so these are the seven challenges. More clients. How do I get more clients? How do I allocate time and resources for marketing? What do I communicate by marketing communications? How do I capitalize internet or digital marketing so that my business grows? How do I avoid the painful process of sales calling and cold calling and and get stream of lead generation which comes to me by automatic way of funneling? How do I get continuous business from my existing clients? Okay, and how do I get high paying clients? People who are paying, willing to pay more for their services. People who are willing to pay for the amount which I want from, which I charge without negotiation. How do I do that? Okay. So these are our basic challenges, right? This is the kind of challenges which we have. This is our pain areas. This is for any businesses, any business, right? This is our basic challenges for any businessman. So how do we overcome that? Okay, let's see. Let's go into the details of how do we overcome that. Okay. So you have to give me some time. Okay, how do we overcome that? Okay, before we even go into that, I mean, I will basically want to talk about something about me. So I will talk two lines about me so that you know why you should listen to me. Okay, I'm an event manager. My name is Balachandran Pichai. I'm an event manager with passion and profession, and I have spent close to 20 years in event industry and marketing. I'm a marketing professional, of course, event manager and a marketing professional. I spent close to 20 years in the industry, dealing a lot of, working for a lot of corporate brands and corporate clients. I've traveled to almost around 11 countries managing events. Yeah, so that's about me. But then this video is not about me. This video is about you and your challenges and how do we overcome. What is that I can deliver? I mean, what is that I can give you some information where you can utilize and use that for your business, right? So this video is about me. This video is not about me. Okay. So keep my profile, keep my credentials aside. Just listen to this video. What is that small thing which you can take away from this business? Okay, and I'm promising you that you will be able to at least take one or two elements from this video which you can utilize in your business. Yeah. So we'll move on to this. So what is the solution? What is the only solution we have? I mean, solution for getting all this. What is the solution we have? The only solution we have is marketing. Right? The only solution we have is marketing. I know. I mean, you said like, you all the way you said like challenges, and then again you said the only solution you can tackle with this marketing. Yes, I'm coming to that. Okay. The marketing has different aspects. Now, how do I get more clients? How do I get more clients? Okay, I'm so sorry. Okay, I think like I skipped one session in between. Skipped one thing. So for me, I mean, see, most of you are businessmen now. I mean, I'm sure like, people who are listening to the video are all businessmen. And this is my perspective on what is a business. Let me ask you, what is a business? Okay. Now, this is my perspective about what business is. Okay. Your perspective might be different. You might agree or you might disagree. But this is my perspective of about business. Okay. We as businessmen, what I know what businessmen are problem solvers. So what we say is people have problems. So what we do is people have problems, and when we solve problem for people, we make more money. We make money, right? we make money. Now, how do I increase more money? I need to solve more number of people problem. So I need to solve problem for more number of people so that I can make more money. Now, how do I make more and more money? Okay. If I am able to solve more and more problem for more and more people, I make more and more money. Right? Now, how do I go to the next stage? Okay, I have solved more problems. I mean, when I say problems, I mean it could be one problem, it could be 10 problems, it could be 20 problems. Okay, so I have product lines. So I have different product line for different customer, different target segments. So I am able to solve more problems for more number of people, and then I make more and more money. Right? Now, how do we take it to the next stage? If I want to take it to the next stage, all I have to do is I have to solve bigger problems. If I am solving bigger problems for more number of people, I make more and more and more money. Now, what is the next stage? I am solving bigger problem for more and more people. How do I make it to the next stage? If I am able to solve bigger problem for more number of people, not only one time, I am able to solve many times, that is more number of times, then I will be able to make more and more and more and more money, and this list goes on. Got it? So as you keep on increasing your customer base, as you keep on increasing your product base and higher level product base, as you keep increasing your repeat business, you make more and more money. Right? Got it? So far so good. So how do I mean to reach to that stage, from stage 1 to stage 5, how do I reach that? The only way I can reach is, the solution is marketing. Okay, what is the solution? The only solution I have is marketing. Now, if I need to make more money, what do I have to do? I have to do more marketing. If I need to make third level, I need to make more and more marketing. So there is no end to marketing. The only way you can increase your business is by marketing. Yeah, your repeat customers and all that will definitely come to you by very good service. See, I'm not saying, and if you don't have a good product, okay, if you don't have a good product, you don't have a good credibility, there is no way you can survive in any business. Okay, having said all that, the only differentiation two businessmen do businesses which are the same, what you call expertise and experience and all that, the only way the one person can grow over the other is by increasing their marketing. Right? You agree on that? Now, what are the various types of marketing? The one type of marketing which traditionally we do. Okay, I'll show you that. The typical conventional, regular, kind of a marketing is product based marketing. What do? We do product or service based marketing. Okay, I'm a gym trainer, and then I will talk about this is my product, this is my service, whatever that is. Okay, I have a health supplement, I have I have a product, I have an AC, I have UPS, I have security systems. So whatever we do is we basically keep talking about product here. Now I want you to imagine, okay, there are two people. One guy is drowning in sea. The other guy is actually extending his hand. Imagine this picture, okay. There's a guy who is drowning in a river or a pond, whatever, and he's extending his arm. And the other guy, that is the other guy who is trying to save this guy, is standing in the corner and extending his arm. Okay. Now the person who is drowning, the person who has a problem is the customer. Okay. Customer is drowning, and you are the savior. Okay, you are standing on the banks of the river or a pond, and then you are extending your arm so that you can save, right? Now, in a traditional conventional way of marketing, the approach is that, I mean, you as a seller, you say, you give me your hand and I will save you. Okay, you got a point? You are able to visualize. Okay, the customer is saying, help me, and you at the back of the river, you are extending your arm saying, okay, give me your hand and I will save you. Okay, now what is, I mean, how do we bring it to our this thing business scenario? Okay, the customer, you are saying, give me your money and I will save you. You give me the money and I will give you some service or a product which will save you. Right? Got it? Okay, this is conventional level of marketing. Okay, so in the conventional level of marketing, you keep talking about ads, you keep putting your ads online, offline, hoarding, events, all that. Only focus is product, your benefit. I mean, about your product. The spotlight. I mean, imagine that there's a spotlight hanging between you and the customer. You and the customer are standing, and then there's a spotlight. Where is the spotlight here? The spotlight is on you. The spotlight is on you and your business. Okay, so conventional way of marketing is typically what we say. Okay, my product has so many features. My product has this. My product is this. My product has accreditations. I am experienced. I have this many years of experience. This is what I am doing. This is the awards I have done. So you keep talking about you and your business. That is conventional way of marketing. Okay, the spotlight is on seller. That is the person who is running the business. And what is the seller saying? Okay, you give me the money, I will solve the problem for you. Now, the focus again is, because the focus is only on me, the customer, we don't have a targeted customer. We don't say, okay, because the focus is on me, the spotlight is on me, we are talking to everybody. I am talking, okay, assuming that I am a gym trainer. Okay, I have no relation absolutely with whatsoever with the gym. Okay, if you see my size, I mean, definitely you would know that I have no relation whatsoever with the gym. But then, assuming that I'm a gym trainer, okay, there are two scenarios I will take it. Okay, so I'm a gym trainer, and my name is Ram. Okay, so Ram, I am focused on a conventional way of marketing. So what I do is I keep talking to my customers and say, I have a gym which is located in the heart of the city. I have a 4,000 square feet area where I put my gym. I have the latest equipment in the world. Okay, we have the best of the trainers in the world. We have flexible timings for you. We have male, female, kids, all that separate batches, separate instructors. And also we have nutritionists, we have yoga people and all that. So I'm keeping on talking about my product benefit there. Okay, that is how typically a conventional way of marketing done, right? You also agree that this is how we have been doing all this while, right? Every one of us, we keep talking about our product, our service, and then we keep highlighting that. Okay, if we have won an award, we put, okay, we have won an award, we have done. See, I have won so many awards, and the only thing which what we do is like we keep talking about our product. So what is the spotlight is? Spotlight is on me and my business. Got it? Now, whom are we talking to? We are talking to everyone. Whom are we talking to? We are talking to everyone. Plus, from the customer, now think from the customer point of view. Okay, the customer does not know you. As of now, customer has only seen that, and for the customer, you are still unknown, right? You are still unknown for him. So you are an unknown seller for a customer. When you are an unknown seller for the customer, what happens is he is taking a risk, right? The customer has to take his money out and give it to you. And when the customer is taking his money out and giving it to you, he is taking a risk, high risk. because as of now the prospect customer is not aware about you. He is not experienced you. So you might be good. I mean, I might be good. I as Ram might be good, okay, in my business. But the customer still does not know me. So he is taking a risk because I am still unknown seller. I know about these ads. I know a lot of ads being put and all that. I've seen this guy. A lot of people are speaking about him and all that. But personally, for me, I have not experienced. I have not personally experienced it, right? Okay, so the customer is actually taking a risk, high risk, by paying an unknown seller or hiring an unknown seller. Okay, now what is the mindset here? What, as a businessman, what is my mindset here? My mindset is more ads, okay, more sales. Okay, my focus here is I keep promoting my product or service, I keep promoting my ads, and then I get more sales, right? That is my idea. So the idea, the focus here is, my focus here is hunters. My mindset is hunter's mindset. What is my mindset? My mindset is hunter's mindset, right? So I am trying to acquire the customer by giving more and more ads and more sales. That is my mindset, right? Okay, now let's look at the second way of marketing. The second way of marketing, which I call it as, is trees marketing, education based marketing. Okay, so now look at the second style of marketing, or the second way of approach of marketing, which I call it as trees marketing. Okay, this name is coined by me. Okay, but the concept, the basic premise of this concept is anybody can teach their customers. So it's basically education based marketing. Okay, how do I do that? Okay, let's take the case of the the customer who is drowning and is extending his arm, and you are at the bank, right? In the traditional way, what the customer, what is that you as a businessman is saying, okay, give me your money and I will save you, right? Now in trees marketing, what is that I'm trying to do is, I'm trying to say, when you are drowning, take my hand. Okay, the approach is take my hand and you will be able to save yourself. You got the difference between the two scenarios? Yeah. So I am saying take my hand and you will be able to save yourself, right? Now the approach here is to educate the customer. Every customer has a problem. The problem for the he is only looking for a solution for the problem. So the conventional way of marketing is, because there's a problem, you make money out of the problem. You solve the problem and you make money out of the problem. Here, the approach is educate the customers. Or educate or teach the customers. The approach here is to educate the customer. Okay. So educating the customer, saying, okay, in case you have XYZ problem, I am going to give you a small video on how you can solve this problem. So I am posting one video, or I can write a blog, or it could be a small WhatsApp message or something like that. So I am going to give you a solution based approach. So you have a problem, I am going to give you some kind of a small solutions, tips and tricks and secrets and all that, and you will be able to solve your problem. Okay, got the point? So customer's problem, I am giving some kind of a tips and I am educating the customer, and then he is able to solve this problem, right? Now you will say, okay, if I share all my knowledge to the customer, how will I make money? Right? Now I'll come to that. The spotlight here, okay, just hold on. The spotlight here is on the customer. Where is the spotlight now? Okay, where is the spotlight? The spotlight is on the customer and customer's problem. So the focus is not on you. Focus is not on me as a gym trainer. The focus is not like how many awards I have won. The focus is on what is the problem the customer has and how I am able to give him some education so that he can solve his problem. Right? So this is problem solution. It's the same problem solution, but then I am extending my expert advice so that he can solve his problem. So how do I do this education video? There are two ways of doing it. One, you put this short videos or blogs, or it could be a lengthy video, it could be a 20 minutes video, it could be a 5 minutes video, it could be like 10 tips to solve this problem. Okay. For example, we spoke about I'm being a gym trainer, right? So assuming that I'm posting a video on people who are sitting in the chair for 6 hours. Okay, you do these exercises, and then you'll be able to relieve your stress. What will I do? If I am the customer, I will listen to the video and I will try to implement that. So I'm the gym trainer, who is posting this. I will have I will treat him as an expert. Sorry. Right? Now, the customer, again, the gym trainer is posting another video. Okay, this is exclusively for women, for example. This video talks about in case you are you are a pregnant woman, and then you just came out of pregnancy and then you gained weight, like post pregnancy you gained weight. So you do this 10 or 5 or this kind of an exercise or a routine, and then you will be able to get back to shape. He again posts a blog or he posts a video on this. Okay. So do you think this woman will, of course, people will be able to correct that. And then do you think this women will go to him and ask him for more expert advices if it works for them, right? So he keeps on teaching the customers with small little bit of chunks of knowledge. Okay, he can even develop a course, a short-term course. Okay, for example, I had I know somebody who was selling a health supplement. This health supplement is supposed to be very good for keeping the mind body balance, or whatever that is. This is supposed to be very good for immunity and boosting your energy levels and all that. This gentleman kept on selling this health supplement for a couple of years, and then he was not really able to go to the next level. So 6 months back, he adopted this strategy, okay, of teaching the customer. So what he did, he devised a short course where he spoke about how do you take care of your body, how do you do a mind-body balance, and how do you do various other aspects in terms of typically we have health challenges, like everybody has some or other health challenges. So he spoke about all that in a kind of a 21 days or 30 days course, and he gave it at a very, very throwaway price. I think it was around 3,000, 4,000, something like that, and it was like a lifetime access to this course. And in this course, he also introduced his product, saying, okay, one of the product which you can try is this health supplement during this course, right? And his sales boomed because he is addressed to the right problem of the customer. So he started educating the customer, how do you take care of yourself? And also, once the customer believed that I am the expert or he is the expert, health expert, the customer, moment he recommended a product, they bought the product. Okay, like this happens, right? You go to a doctor and whatever the doctor says, right, he's a demigod for us, right? So he's an expert. So when we treat when you treat somebody as an expert, so whatever the expert says, you start following him either blindly or consciously or unconsciously, right? So this is what, so I'm basically trying to say is, you as a businessman, you have a responsibility, very, very important responsibility to educate the customer. If you don't educate the customer well, the customer, you are actually not treating him well. So you need to educate the customer how to see. So I mean, how are you going to be solving his problem? Plus, how can he take care of his problems which he is facing through your product. So you are only a buyer media. You are not the end goal. The problem is the solution. Okay. So the idea is the giving solution to the customer, not selling your product. When and the customer, when he senses that you are actually taking care of him, you are adding value to his life, whatever you recommend, he will start listening to you. Okay, that is the idea. And here, because we are talking about multiple people, right? Multiple niches. I'll tell you why. Like for example, the gym trainer. Okay, if I have a pot belly, if the gym trainer posts some kind of a good video saying, okay, this is how you can reduce your pot belly doing these kind of exercises, right? And the first customer will go and say, listen to that. And after a couple of videos, when I really believe that this guy is talking sense to me, whatever he says, I will do it. Right? He says, okay, buy this product and this will help you, I will do it. He will say, okay, you come to my gym and then you do this kind of set of exercises, it will help you, I will go and do it. Right? It's way of interact. I mean, it's just a way of, impressing the customer, saying, okay, you are an expert in this opinion. So how are you positioning yourself? You're not positioning as unknown seller. You are positioning yourself as expert in your field, expert in domain, right? What are you saying? You are not saying you are an unknown seller. You are saying I am the expert in this domain, and the customer is actually taking a low risk now. Why is taking a low risk? Because he has seen your videos. He knows about you now. He has seen how you have added value to him. I'm not saying, okay, every person who sees the video will come. I mean, of course, that is not the case everywhere, right? Even otherwise, when not all those people who see the ads come and buy your product. So here again it's the same thing. I mean, it's not that everybody who comes and watches the video will come to you, but at least there's a set of customers who will become loyal to him because he has given them an added value to him, right? So the customer is taking a low risk, okay, and the customer will treat this gentleman as expert in his domain, and then whatever he says, they will listen to him. And over the period of time, he has a farming mindset. Farming mindset means he does not have a hunter mindset. He is talking about teaching, right? Educating the customers. So he is basically what he is doing. He is keeping on teaching the customers repeatedly, whether he buys or not. Okay, whether the customer buys or not, he keeps on giving the value addition to the the customers, and he keeps on teaching whatever he has learned, and he keeps on teaching that. Okay, and repeatedly when he keeps on teaching, what happens? And whenever there's a new product, new scheme and all that, he can keep on introducing that to the customers, and he gets a repeat purchases. What is that? I mean, you get a repeat buys. People will keep on buying from you, right? So he keeps on teaching. He invites them to his own community. I mean, what he does is he builds a kind of a Facebook group or a group of his own. I mean, he can make his own website or something like that, where he keeps teaching the customers through email, through videos, through messages and all that. And while teaching, whenever there's a new product, whenever he is got something new to offer and all that, he keeps on introducing that also, and he keeps getting new business, right or not? Like how many of you have I mean, maybe like you would have joined some kind of an training program in some institute or some international institute. So you keep getting these messages, right? They keep giving you some kind of an value addition. Okay, how you can today there's a mail which comes in, and then he talks about certain things, how we can solve certain problems, and then you become his community. So, and whenever there's a new product or a new scheme, new offers and all, he keeps introducing, right? So this is what is basically what we have to do is keep teaching and keep building tribes. So what it is he builds community. He builds a tribe or a community, what do you call it? Okay. So he builds a tribe or he builds a community of customers who keeps on buying from him and keeps nurturing them by teaching more and giving value more, adding value to his customers. So conventional marketing and education-based marketing. Okay, so you got it. So, did you find it useful? If you found it useful, please comment in the what you call. If you found it useful, please put that in the comment. Put that in wherever you're watching in YouTube or a Facebook, wherever, and put that in the comment that you found it useful. And in case you have any suggestions, please do let me know. I would definitely love to look forward to hearing you more. And what is the next action? Okay, why I'm teaching you all this? Okay, what I'm going to do is I am basically I just started this teach marketing. I mean, 6 months back, I learned something about digital marketing, and it really blew my mind. All this while I was thinking conventional marketing is the best marketing. Marketing is about education, but marketing, I mean, education. I mean, I didn't look education as in a very very different. I mean, very very serious focus. So when I started learning about digital marketing and how you can do educate your customers through various medium, I started building a community of my own. Okay, so I am basically opening a group, a Facebook group, which is called Teach to Reach. So this is the Facebook group where I am basically going to give you insights about various aspects of marketing along with education based marketing. And what is that you're going to be learning in this group? Okay, this group is called, Facebook group is called the Teach to Reach. Okay, I will also put this as a slide at the end of the video. This is called Teach to Reach group. This is a Facebook group, FB group. Okay, and what is that? What is that? I'm going to be basically teaching you or giving you insights about in this video. First thing is, like, I will basically help you learn to teach. Okay, how do you learn to teach, and how do you teach so that you can reach your prospect customer? This is the first thing which I'm going to be teaching you. Then, how do you identify problem? As we said, okay, we are basically problem solvers, right? So how do I identify problems for my? I'm sure. I mean, most of you, unless you get, I mean, unless the customer comes to you and say, oh, you have this problem, or I mean, you might be able to list down certain problems. But then, how do you identify the various problems your customers facing, and how do we solve them so that you can nurture the what you call customers and build a long-term relationship? So I will help you find out how do I identify problems. See, if you are able to identify problems, then you will be able to give solutions, because every business is solving problem, right? You agree on that, right? So the more problem you solve, the more money you make. The bigger problem you solve, bigger money you make. So I will help you identify various problems which presently people are facing, and how you can serve with your business. Okay. Now identify micro domains. How do I identify my micro domain? Because you see, typically when you ask any businessman, right? I mean, whom do you serve? He says everybody. Anybody who has a gym trainer, if you ask him, okay, who is your audience? He says everybody who has a problem, who is like not fit. I mean, he can come to me. Anybody can come to me fit, sir. You cannot teach when you start talking to everyone. You have to identify your micro domain. You have to become specialist. For example, very very what do you call easy to understand is like taking a case of doctor. Okay, you have two kind of doctor. One is generalist. One is a specialist. Who makes more money? Of course, the specialist, right? Generalist, even though his volumes are high, but then he does not make so much of money. Whereas specialist, I mean, he has a low volume, but he really makes big amount of money if he is able to establish as an expert. So, I mean, you have this neurologist, you have cardiologist, you have dermatologist, so they really make money compared to the person who is generalist doctor, right? So you need to be you need to be choosing your micro domain where you want to position yourself expert. I'm not saying don't serve anybody else. You definitely can serve, but in your communication, you should sound as you are an expert in certain domain. And they say riches are in the niches. When you start focusing on your niche product or your micro domain, you become more richer. Okay, money is in the niches. So you should start identifying micro domain. So I will tell you how to identify those micro domains. Okay, and third thing is I will also tell you. See, there's so much of information available for everyone, right? I mean, for take the case of my thing. Okay, 20 years I'm in the industry. Okay, I didn't know what to do. When somebody said like you have to teach, I didn't know what to teach. It took close to around 3 months, 4 months for me to boil down to understand, okay, what I can teach people. It is difficult because the amount of knowledge we have is so much that we don't know what to teach. Okay, so I will tell you, I will help you identify what to teach and whom to teach. Okay, this is whom to teach and this is what to teach. How do you make a kind of a course for your business? Or even if you don't want to launch a course, you just want to give kind of a continuous stream of information to your customers or to your prospects and all that. I will tell you what are things you can take up, what are the allied industry you can take up and all that. And how do we structure it in such a way that it is easily consumable for the customer. Okay, now I have designed all that. But if I keep wasting my time here, how do I take care of my business, right? Your business is not, this is not your main business. Your business is what? Whatever the business you are in, right? The gym trainer has to take care of a gym rather than keeping on teaching the customers, right? So what I will do is, I will tell you how do you adopt a system-based approach. System-based training or a teaching mechanism so that you don't have to spend too much time in the back end. Your time should be spent in taking care of a gym and marketing, not in taking care of these. Teaching the customer, definitely, I mean, you definitely have to spend some time initially, but then you cannot be keeping on. I mean, if today we have 50 students, okay, you will be able to teach, but if you have 100 students, you have 2000 students, how will you be able to do? So you need to have a very system-based approach. You need to have an automation. I mean, I'll also tell you how do you scale. So by automation. Okay. So if you don't automate, what will happen is like you will be again stuck. Like how we are stuck today without your business going to the next level. You will be again stuck. You'll have some next level, you'll go to the next level, again you will get stuck there. Because if it's not system-based, it is not automated. So if it's automated, whether it's 50 or 500, you'll be able to handle that very, very effortlessly. But again, as I said, your focus should be on marketing primarily, and then your business, your main core business, and putting together a kind of an education for the customer should be your third focus. But this is necessary. If you are able to automate all this and make it system-based approach, you can just set it up once and keep taking the benefit out of it, right? Then, how do I become? Now you put all this. How do I become influencer or expert in your? So I will tell you how can you become an influencer in your domain. So unless people see you as an influencer or an expert, you still have, I'm sorry to say, you still don't have the opportunity to make more money, right? So you need to establish yourself as an expert. But it's a long process. It's a long process. It's a continuous, but the very, very important thing here is consistency. You need to keep doing it continuously. You need to keep focusing on how do I add value to the customers. You need to have the system-based approach. You need to focus on marketing primarily, and then also take care of your business. Yeah. Now, I will also tell you, as I spoke about tribe building, right? I will tell you how do you build on a long-term, have a kind of a long-term relationship with the customer. How do you build a community or a tribe of your existing customers so that everything is automated? As I said, I mean, this automated automation system will take care of this tribe building activity, so that even if there are 10,000 people, in 5 years down the line, you have, say, as you said, 3,000 or 10,000 people also, customers also. You cannot focus on them individually, right? So this has to be system-based approach. So how do I build a tribe of these 10,000 people so that we can keep selling more and more to the same community? Okay, so this is what I'm going to be talking in my group. Okay, so hope you found it interesting, and hope I added some value in your business, how in understanding how you can approach marketing differently, and request you to post comments of whatever marketing challenges you're facing in your business in the comments wherever you're watching this, and and I invite you to join my Facebook group, which is called the Teach to Reach Facebook group, and hope to see you there. Yeah, and yeah, hope to see you there. Thank you much.